Anyone else getting tired of hearing that scream? Because I am. Hey guys, this is Jason. I'm reviewing Goat, directed by Tyree, Dillihay, and Adam Rossette, and it is a new film from Sony Pictures Animation. It's about Will Harris, a down-on-his-luck goat who dreams of becoming one of the greatest rollerball players of all time. And after he finally gets his chance, he feels happy that he's now achieving his dream, but everyone else around him is looking down on him and don't think that he can handle it. So he decides to join the team and play rollerball and prove all those naysayers wrong. Sony has come a long way before this film, because back in the day they made some mediocre films like Hotel Transylvania and some really bad animated films like the Emoji Movie. But after that they decided to take their animated films more seriously and make films like the two Spider-Verse films, The Mitchells vs. the Machines, and most recently K-pop Demon Hunters. And their newest film is about Goat, where the main character is literally a goat and it's him being the greatest of all time. And for me, this film is okay. It's not great, it's not terrible, it's just okay, where it has some great moments and some not so great moments. So let me talk about those great moments first. First off, the animation is fantastic. You can tell that this is another Sony film that's influenced by Spider-Verse, but like I said in my review for K-pop Demon Hunters, a lot of animated films nowadays, either from Sony or Paramount or DreamWorks, have been doing this trend, where animated films will be done in a different frame rate and give it more of a comic booky or cartoony or colorful style, while also making it eye-catching for the audience, and this film proves that Sony is once again great at that, where it will also have its own style in the animation and making it feel like it's different compared to the other films that I just mentioned, where we'll have our main characters be anthropomorphic animals, I still don't know if I'm getting that word right, walking around in their own environment where it looks like the human world but different, where we'll have buildings that are covered in either moss or vines and making it feel like it's lived in, where you just have these characters either playing ball or just using social media, kind of like Zootopia, which honestly I just couldn't help but think of Zootopia when I was watching this film, when it's just talking characters that are animals and using social media. I just couldn't help but think of that. But the biggest highlight in the animation is in the court scenes when they're playing rollerball. They are definitely a lot of fun to watch on the big screen, where they feel intense, suspenseful, a lot of fun, and come up with some creative ways to go with different courts that these characters play ball in. Like, you'll have some moments where there are characters that are trying to play ball while there are sharp rocks above them that are about to fall, or when you have characters that are playing in a court and this court is just filled with lava. When it comes to those scenes, they are definitely worth watching on the big screen, and they were a lot of fun to see when I was watching them in XD, which that's definitely the best thing to watch this film on. Watch this film in XD. The voice acting is really good. I thought everyone did a really good job. Like, Caleb McLaughin did a good job as well, who you may know as Lucas from Stranger Things. No one sounded like they were phoning in. They all sounded like they were giving it their all and just having a fun time with their characters. And this movie also has a good message about achieving your dreams, whether people look down upon you and they don't think that you can achieve that goal, but you don't want to believe them and you just want to follow that goal yourself. You can prove those naysayers wrong and feel like that you're now on top of the world with whatever you're doing, either it's relating to basketball or any other sport or anything else not relating to sports. Like, when it comes to that message, this movie does a good job at it. That being said, that's unfortunately where my positives end, because I'm now going to get to the issues, and one of them is the story. It is filled with cliches and predictable moments that I saw coming from a mile away, where it didn't have any surprises or some kind of twist to make them feel different. They're just the same cliches that we've seen in a lot of sports movies like this, like the usual down on his luck underdog character or undergoat. Eh? Eh? The big idol the main character loves to be with, the conflict of the players, the big speech, the greedy manager. I mean, we've seen these type of cliches in a lot of movies, and this movie unfortunately is filled with them. And unfortunately, while this movie is trying to get me emotionally invested in these characters, I unfortunately couldn't, because I couldn't stop seeing those cliches, which made those emotional moments feel bland. The humor also wasn't that great. I mean, there were a couple of moments where I did have some chuckles, but for the most part, it's just gross out humor, and it really doesn't do anything creative with that. It's just gross moments where characters are either farting in each other's faces, or when a lizard guy has his skin shedding and getting it on the main character. And since this is a Sony movie, this movie is filled with Sony product placement. Like, you can see that a lot. Like, there's literally a scene where you get a close-up of the Mercedes logo on a car, and that felt very distracting. I get it's supposed to be like a branding thing for like basketball or rollerball in this film. It's a usual thing, but since this is a Sony movie and Sony likes to use their products in a lot of their films, I just can't help but notice those issues. Overall, GOAT I thought was okay, where it still has some great animation, good voice acting, and a good message, and still something that kids are gonna enjoy. They're gonna have a fun time with it, but adults, maybe not so much, because it still has some of the same tropes that we've seen in other sports movies, making the story and the emotional moments feel bland, and just having a lot of annoying Sony product placement that needs to stop. I mean, if you have kids and you want to see this film, then go ahead and go see GOAT. They're gonna have a fun time with it. And if you don't mind seeing those cliches and you still have fun watching those films for those, then you're gonna have a blast with this one. However, if you want to see something different, or you at least want to see those cliches be changed up to make the story feel fresh, you're not gonna get a lot of that. I'm gonna give GOAT a C+. So guys, if you have seen GOAT, what do you think about it? Do you think it's one of Sony's best films, or do you think this is one of their weaker films, or maybe you think it's actually as bad as the Emoji Movie? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you like this video, then please leave a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing, because it helps my channel grow. Hit the notification bell so you know what other videos I'm posting. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.